Foods, the largest selection of supplements in the area, gluten-free products, and more for your health.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, the latest on the wild weather that's causing power outages and in Maine and bigger problems elsewhere. Plus, the Maine Veteran Project steps up big to help a Dexter vet in desperate need of home improvements, and a special gathering at the Coal and Transportation Museum to remember the man who made it all possible. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Craig Colson. Emma Smith has today off. We appreciate you tuning in on this Monday morning. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. But first, the latest on that weather. A powerful storm system is moving across the state at this hour. It's bringing very strong winds and the potential for flooding to some areas, especially along the coast. Let's take a look at what it's doing down at the Rockland Breakwater. I wouldn't want to be out to sea today. Pretty stormy down on the water. Some people are waking up this morning without power. Central Maine Power Company reports it has more than 40,000 customers without power. The majority of those are in southern Maine, but there are hundreds of outages sprinkled among Penobscot, Hancock, and Waldo counties. Versant is also reporting another 7,000 outages in its area. Drivers are urged to be extra careful around rivers and streams until those flood watches are lifted later on this morning. Things should be drying out as we head through the day, as we'll hear from our Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Lots to break down this morning, so let's get right into things now. This is a wind advisory right here that's posted until about 10 a.m. later on this morning because of strong gusty winds and maybe even damaging winds in a few spots that have reached up around 40, 50, even 60 miles per hour at times. We're going to pan the map around a little bit more of a weird angle here because we do also have some storm warnings posted until later this morning during our show. We'll start seeing these expire during that 8 o'clock hour. So things will start to improve at least by that point. There's that flash flood warning off in the western parts of the state because of all the heavy rainfall they've also been seeing. We also have aerial flood warnings up, urban small stream flood alerts posted though because of all the rain we have been seeing there already this morning. There's actually a watch behind us as well. So this was expected to happen with the heavy rain we have been seeing. Here's the radar right now. We've had plenty of rain moving through this morning, even some thunderstorms that developed at times, though. Those kind of fizzled out as they moved on shore. But we're going to be dealing with this as it continues to track from the south to the north as moderate to heavy rainfall will continue to remain possible this morning, but will start to taper off during the afternoon period as this area of low pressure right here continues to track from the southwest and go to the north and east. So our hourly forecast moving forward, plenty of rain, and will start to back off during the afternoon period. Temperatures in the 50s, the winds will start to back off by the afternoon as well. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
Thank you, Devin. We'll look forward to that. Meanwhile, Maine is certainly not alone. Several areas of the nation are dealing with wild weather this morning, including in Florida and Virginia, where tornadoes have caused serious damage. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
A weekend of wild weather ended with a tornado threat in the mid-Atlantic.
Christy, go downstairs!
New video shows a twister touching down in Virginia Beach.
Oh my God, that is a tornado.
Uprooting trees and damaging up to 100 homes in the area.
Look at the debris. Oh my God.
22 million people were on alert for severe storms and flooding at the time. Heavy rain triggered flooding on major highways around New York City, forcing drivers to sit in traffic for up to 4 hours.
Bronx River shut down. Sprain shut down.
In New Jersey, 2 curious boys were rescued by boat after becoming trapped inside this flooded tunnel.
And we saw that we had a lot of water. It was at least 3 feet from what we could see. They were sitting on a pipe that runs the whole length of the tunnel. So they were sitting there and they were just trying to stay out of the water.
It all followed severe storms in Florida.
This is the scariest thing I've ever been in. Oh my God.
This tornado hitting Palm Beach Gardens Saturday.
I just saw a car flip over in front of me.
packing winds up to 130 miles per hour.
Oh my God, it's like right in front of, oh my God.
Lifting this car off the ground before slamming it down. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, the Mississippi River is expected to crest today. The river has risen to its highest levels in decades in parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois. Barge traffic carrying fertilizer and grain has been halted along portions of the river. And in parts of the West, near record heat is melting snow, triggering flood concerns.
That was Rhiannon Alley reporting. In other news, a man arrested during a massive drug bust will likely make his first court appearance this week. The Auburn Police Department reportedly found an estimated $3 million worth of fentanyl after a local restaurant received a large wooden crate that they hadn't asked for from Arizona. The employees opened it thinking it was a shipment of drinking mugs, but the crate actually contained a plastic tote filled with fentanyl. According to Auburn Police Department's Facebook page, 41-year-old Jeremy Mercier was listed as the contact on that shipping barrel, causing him to become a person of interest. Mercier was arrested when he went to that unidentified restaurant and asked for the shipment. Auburn police seized more than $2,700 as evidence of drug proceeds, along with 14 kilos of suspected fentanyl. Mercier has a previous federal conviction for the distribution of cocaine from back in 2007 and also served several years in prison for that conviction. Mercier has now been charged with aggravated illegal importation of scheduled drugs, aggravated trafficking of scheduled drugs, and violation of conditional release. He's being held at the Androscoggin County Jail without bail, and police say this investigation is still ongoing. Well, the Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee discussed a bill that would benefit fire departments statewide by constructing more training facilities for them. Matthew Dronsick with that story.
Fire service training centers, such as the one here in Bangor, are used by fire departments across the state to train new recruits. Fire chiefs we spoke to say they would like to see funding for these facilities so that new firefighters can have a better understanding of what to do when a fire happens.
There are only 2 fire service training centers in East Central Maine, one in Bangor, one in Ellsworth. The next closest center to Bangor is an hour and a half away in Auburn. Liberty Fire Chief and Maine Fire Chiefs Association liaison Bill Gillespie said he'd like to see more training centers to support the 338 registered fire departments across the state.
Our goal is to have 11 live fire training facilities situated throughout the state to make it feasible for firefighters to reach training within 1 hour of their department.
A proposed bill by Senator Chip Curry would allocate $2 million in funding to build and upgrade training facilities in Maine over the next 2 years.
Having adequate training facilities to help prepare our people and our firefighters to give them the skills and the training they need to do their absolute best when out in the field when it's really needed is extremely important.
Brewer Deputy Fire Chief Eric Turtelont says the bill is a step in the right direction.
I'm not sure $1 million will quite cut it, but it's a good start.
In Bangor, Matthew Jaroncic reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, better access and maintenance of Maine's only national park. Those are the promises of a new year-round maintenance facility at Acadia National Park's headquarters in Bar Harbor. Tommy Boudreau, Deputy Secretary of the Interior, visited Acadia along with Senator Angus King and Congresswoman Shelley Pingree to break ground on the new $32.6 million facility. The funding coming from the Great American Outdoors Act. The 32,000 square foot maintenance facility will better equip the park to maintain its many trails and scenic spots. Construction is beginning this spring and is expected to finish in the fall of next year. Well, some Mainers spent their Saturday helping a veteran in need to build a new life. Our David Ledford spoke with volunteers who lent a helping hand.
Gary Kinney is a Dexter veteran who says he desperately needs help getting his grandchildren out of the state foster care system. However, he says that the state has told him his home needs to meet certain standards before that can happen. That's where the Maine Veterans Project comes in.
We received a call a while back from a veteran that is trying to fight to get his grandkids in custody with him. Unfortunately, his needs were monetarily unattainable for us at the time, so we put out a call to our community, and we've got about 10 plus volunteers here right now just trying to make it happen.
Together with MD Carpentry, the Patriot Riders of America, and volunteers, the Veterans Project is providing Kinney with 2 new bedrooms, a larger bathroom, and heat pumps for his home. Kinney says he feels moved by the community's support.
Today I'm overwhelmed with joy, but the state has so many requirements that it's hard to do, and physically I can't do it anymore, but we're going to do it. We're going to get these kids so they got a good house to stay in and be loved. We're gonna do this. I got a lot of good people here.
Maine Veteran Project President Doc Goodwin says the day is an example of what Mainers are all about.
We all get something out of it. You know, a sense of community is what we're all missing these days, and frankly, I think we need more of it. You know, everybody's going to leave here tired, but they're going to leave here very rewarded.
Kinney says he needs to meet the state-required home expansion improvements by June. To support this project and others, visit MaineVeteransProject.org. In Dexter, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, a local museum paid homage to the legacy of its founder during a special event. Devin Dagnall was there for the unveiling of that honorary art piece.
Music filled the air Sunday afternoon as part of the celebration for the Coal Land Transportation Museum's first annual Founders Day. The event consisted of a concert from the Bangor Band, alongside speeches from friends and family of the museum's founder, Galen Cole, who died back in 2020.
Galen Cole never quit serving our community and our state. And he never quit keeping the promise that the Coal Land Transportation Museum carries on in his and Sue's name today.
At the end of the celebration, the museum unveiled a bronze statue that will welcome guests to the museum for generations to come.
I think this is just a wonderful way to have Galen Cole immortalized in bronze and remembered, and his legacy to stand as, like they said, to greet people as you come in the door.
The granddaughter of Cole, Kristen Vogel, says she's been overseeing the process of the sculpture ever since it was just a little clay model, all the way until it became the completed statue people see today.
First time I thought full life, I had to walk out of the room because I thought it was, it felt like he was there.
Vogel says it's an incredible feeling to see everyone attend the event to memorialize her grandfather years after his passing.
It feels really good. It really, when he passed away, we had a funeral and then the world changed. And so being able to do this the way that he deserved it and in the way that we wanted to, having the band here, the Bangor Band here, and, it was special day for sure.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Special day for a special man. A new garden will soon allow a Bangor neighborhood to grow food together. Bangor nonprofit Food and Medicine partnered with the Together Place Peer Run Recovery Center and the Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness Center to build raised bed gardens on Saturday. The event is part of a larger project to develop collective gardens throughout Bangor and the Brewer area, including 2 that will be built in Coe Park. Unlike a community garden where residents pay rent for their own spot, with a collective garden, anyone in the community can take part in that shared space.
You got neighbors helping neighbors, and we're really excited to be putting together this bed, and it's an investment in the future health of the neighborhood. And we're really excited to start growing some crops.
Representatives say the project is intended to provide sustainable food and friendly connections for low-income communities. The 3 groups will hold a festival on June 10th at Coe Park to celebrate those new gardens. And a Maine landmark is opening for another season, but some say a change is needed if Mainers want to see a sequel next year. Our David Ledford also has that story.
Okay, ready to run.
The Skowhegan Drive-In Theater will reopen for another summer, but employees say high operating costs and dwindling interest could mean the credits will roll on the business if additional solutions are not found.
One of the biggest costs is the dues we pay to Hollywood, so that's largely dependent on ticket price. It's often around 60% that goes to them.
According to General Manager Chaz Wing, operating a drive-in during the age of video streaming presents a variety of challenges. However, residents say they are hopeful the historic theater will continue to benefit the region.
I think it's great for the community, and it's great for
to bring in people from other places.
It's something to do for a start, you know, because there isn't a lot in Skowhegan, and it just gets you out, gets the kids out.
The drive-in is one of a handful left in the state, following the closure of the Saco and Bangor drive-ins last year. Now, the owner, Don Brown, is planning to sell it. However, Wing says Brown plans to find someone who will honor the drive-in's legacy.
And we had hoped that a local community organization would form as a nonprofit to take over and then keep it going indefinitely. That hasn't happened, and it looks like it may not, so the next step would be hopefully someone that's going to continue it as a drive-in, or at least attempt to do so.
In the meantime, they hope visitors will tune in to 88.3 FM, kick back for a double feature, and embrace nostalgia under the stars.
It's a historical place because I was there when I was a little girl.
The drive-in will open on May 5th. In Skowhegan, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 8:15. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, lawmakers are considering a bill that would legalize illegal drugs to help fight Maine's addiction problem. But some in law enforcement believe that would be a disaster. But first, another check of that weather forecast. It looks like the rain and wind will start to ease as the day rolls along. The highs today will be around 62 degrees. Partly cloudy and foggy overnight with lows in the low 40s. Tomorrow, another mostly cloudy and rainy day on the way. Highs on Tuesday, right around 58 degrees.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
The stylish Chevy Equinox RS so captivating. And Chevy Blazer RS. You don't have to be an influencer to be an influencer. The RS family of Chevy SUVs, definitely worth a follow. Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can lease this Trailblazer for $259 a month. Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
On the next Last Man Standing.
Do I have to yell for?
That's only if you don't want to hit someone on a golf course.
Eve gets ready for a day at the club. And Vanessa's loving the college life.
We had so much fun at school today.
And then Mom invited everybody to have lunch with us.
Those cafeteria tables are really filthy, but the salad bar is dope.
Did you know that she has pictures of us as kids in the bathtub on her phone?
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Last year in Maine, 716 people were robbed of their lives by overdoses. And some advocates and lawmakers feel the right approach is to decriminalize the personal possession of illicit drugs, eliminate law enforcement from the equation, and focus on treatment instead. Multiple bills currently in the legislature seek to steer Maine down that path, but officials in the city of Brewer are sounding the alarm. Beth Jones with more.
It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary stuff.
Brewer City Council member Jen Morin is talking about the scene currently unfolding on the other side of the country in Oregon. It's been 2.5 years since the state passed Measure 110, which decriminalized user amounts of hard drugs and sought to redirect tax dollars to pay for recovery services.
So Measure 110 has just been a disaster.
A slew of Oregon stakeholders recently told Brewer officials via Zoom that the law plunged Portland and other parts of the state into an abyss of homelessness, crime increases, and unchecked addiction.
There are tents in my neighborhood on the sidewalks. Homelessness is skyrocketed. Google Portland and the people living under the bridge. I mean, people are tunneling under our infrastructure to create strange housing situations, and it's all drug fueled.
Leaders in Brewer say they're worried those scenes could play out here, too, if certain bills are passed into law. There is a bill in the works to decriminalize the possession of user amounts of hard drugs here in Maine. The language has not yet been finalized. Both LD 1159 and LD 1364 seek to establish safe sites for users to consume drugs procured elsewhere under supervision. Both of those bills also provide immunity from arrest for users and facility staff. Brewer Public Safety Director Jason Moffett argues decriminalization and facilities like the ones proposed will trigger a downward spiral in the community.
You know, they were using in public parks, out in the open, things like that. Needles everywhere. We know that violent crime went up, property crimes went up, child endangerment cases went up, overdoses went up, both fatal and non-fatal. So, I mean, essentially, it's a bad deal all the way around, and we don't want to see that happen here.
At no point do I foresee Brewer authorizing that sort of a facility here.
They also argue that drug use will not be confined to the consumption sites and will spill over into surrounding areas, drug dealing and other often related crimes too, creating a public safety nightmare for residents, a public safety nightmare they won't be enabled to police.
It ignores what the cost to the rest of us is. It ignores the fact that people might not feel safe in their homes or walking down their streets or enjoying public safety. It means that for a vast majority of the population, the message is just suck it up. And it can't be that.
The city of Brewer has gone so far as to pass a resolution openly stating its opposition to decriminalization and harm reduction or safe consumption sites, saying in part, quote, "The Brewer City Council opposes efforts to decriminalize the possession of illicit drugs, measures that would impede law enforcement's ability to interdict crimes, and measures that embolden criminal behavior," end quote. Instead, leaders are pushing for what they call a multi-prong approach, treatment and drug enforcement, saving lives and getting drugs off the streets.
We have to have balance to this. We have to have treatment. We have to have recovery sources. We have to have education. And as much as the proponents for decriminalization won't like to hear this, you need to have law enforcement in the criminal justice system.
It is important to note that we have previously reported specifically on LD 1159 and LD 1364, including why proponents of those bills feel they are viable solutions. We have those links in this story on our website, foxbangor.com. We will also be speaking next week with the author of the decriminalization bill currently being drafted about the reasoning behind it. We will bring you that conversation as well. In studio, Beth Jones, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And the time now is 8:22. After the break, the coronation of King Charles is now just days away, but it's not without controversy. Plus, a manhunt is underway in Texas for a man suspected of murdering 5 people. We'll have those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
They've got the sharpest pencil in town. Now they just sit around that showroom figuring deals and whittling that old pencil down. They know that if you buy once, you're gonna be back. So instead of buying one, you're buying 2, and that's a fact. They've got the sharpest pencil in town.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
Pull up a seat. It's the new season of the USFL. Reborn from the OGs. Dragons, USDA primetime football. Except no substitutes.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We head across the pond now where the countdown is on to King Charles's coronation. The excitement is building and so is the controversy. Here's ABC's Lionel Moyes.
With just 5 days to go until the coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla, royal superfans are already lining up.
We're doing it for king and country.
More than 1 million people are expected to line the streets of London, but only 2,000 special guests will be inside Westminster Abbey Saturday for the event. Prince Harry will be there, but his attendance will be brief.
Maybe even just 24 hours in the UK as he flies in, attends that coronation ceremony, skips everything else afterwards and gets on a plane straight back to LA.
Preparations well underway for the big day, with more than 7,000 military personnel participating in dress rehearsals over the weekend. And with so many people coming to town, businesses are taking advantage, rolling out themed merchandise and experiences. Even Legoland is getting in on the fun, creating this tiny version of the coronation complete with a replica of Buckingham Palace. And women from a small village outside London came up with their own way to celebrate, creating this knitted version of the event.
We are showing that we are supporting him in one of the few ways that we can.
But amid the excitement, controversy. In an unprecedented move, during the coronation, the Archbishop will ask the public tuning in to vocally pledge allegiance to King Charles and his successors. Critics call the oath offensive and tone-deaf, pointing out that it asks people to swear allegiance to Prince Andrew, who, despite being stripped of his royal titles, is still technically a successor. The cost of the coronation also raising eyebrows.
It just doesn't sit quite right.
Reportedly costing taxpayers $125 million as the public faces a higher cost of living with historic inflation.
And that was Lionel Moyes reporting. Now, the coronation is good for business, though. It's expected to generate more than $1.7 billion in economic activity over there. Certainly, they will welcome that. All right, let's turn things back to Devin for a look at our forecast.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. Plenty of alerts that are posted here. This right here is a wind advisory that will expire later this morning as the winds finally start to back off, as we're dealing with gusty winds ranging from 40 to 60 miles per hour at times, which is causing some problems there. We also have some storm alerts posted along the coast as well. I'm going to try to re-angle the map so we get that to pop up, though. It has at least up at least till about 8 a.m. or so this morning. So during our show, we'll see that getting phased out. And what you saw popped up earlier, this right here is that flash flood warning that is posted at least until around 11 a.m. this morning, at least for the western parts of the state. On top of that, aerial flood watches and aerial flood warnings posted through later this morning as well, because of all the heavy rainfall that we've been seeing this morning as well. And we'll show you the wave heights before the radar, though, because look at this. This is why we have storm warnings posted, with wave heights getting close to 20 feet. So the ocean, it's angry out there this morning, so definitely be careful if you're close to the ocean this morning. But otherwise, though, here's a look at the radar. Plenty of rain moving in from the south, going toward the north. Look at this, even some lightning from time to time as well. So even some thunderstorms that have been developing, but thankfully those have fizzled out as they've moved on land. And there's going to be improvements soon. We got to wait a little bit till later this afternoon, but low pressure will be tracking for the southwest, going to the north and east. So once we get this through, some improvements improvement will be seen as we finally get this thing out of here. We'll start to get some nicer weather for a little bit, though, but we do have chances for rain throughout the week. Futurecast moving forward, improvement in the afternoon, and look at this, even a sun coming out before it sets later this evening. It will become partly cloudy later on tonight. Areas of dense fog possible, so it might be hard to see as you head out the door for work or school tomorrow, so make sure you are ready for that. But then some scattered rain showers possible again as we head towards Tuesday afternoon to the evening time frame, and this will be a daily chance at least through Friday, so it won't be widespread. There'll be plenty of dry hours as well. We'll watch out for any chances for rain. Let's break all this down. Here's Wednesday right here. Chances for scattered showers are possible. We'll fast forward to Thursday, more of the same. Maybe some snow in the northern parts of the state as well, so we head towards early Thursday morning. Don't be surprised with that. But of course, with the rain showers Thursday afternoon. Now last week's Friday as well, more rain showers possible. Then late Friday and the parts of Saturday finally starting to calm down. So there's some light on the horizon, though. We just had to wait a little bit for that to get here. Alrighty, your rain totals, though, on top of what we've already seen already, another inch of rain cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. So still a lot of water to go through, at least this morning. So your forecast for today, lower 60s, some morning rain and wind and becoming partly cloudy. Southeast wind at about 35 miles per hour. Partly cloudy areas of dense fog tonight, lows in the lower 40s. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly cloudy, a few rain showers possible. Southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Plenty of chances for rain this week. The worst day is actually today, but notice high temperatures ranging from the 40s on Thursday to the 60s today.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
Downtown Charcuterie, a small business right here in Bangor. The perfect place to get your personalized charcuterie boards. Not only for events and gatherings, but also perfect to take on a picnic or to give as a gift. After all, who doesn't love meat and cheese? Order one today.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available. Half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
Buyer's Garage, where we work on more than just vehicles. We also sell VP racing fuel in 5-gallon pails and 54-gallon drums. But we don't stop there, as we also handle custom metal fabrication and earthwork too. We will repair your driveway and eliminate the imperfections to make it look like new. We can also clear land for your house lot and dig your new foundation. Buyer's Garage. Give us a call today at 745-7095.
Now to the latest on the manhunt underway in Texas. Hundreds of officers are searching for a man accused of opening fire inside a neighbor's home in Cleveland, Texas, which is north of Houston, killing 5 people, including an 8-year-old boy. Authorities last night said they have 0 leads as they conduct door-to-door searches, but we're learning more about what happened at the crime scene. ABC's Lionel Moyes also has that story.
Hundreds of people gathered at this elementary school north of Houston last night, remembering the victims of a shooting rampage that has this small community living in fear.
No tengo palabras como...
Wilson Garcia and his wife were hosting guests at their home Friday night when Garcia says his neighbor, Francisco Oropeza, began firing an AR-15 from his porch for fun.
This is a small community where neighbors say that every single weekend people fire weapons for fun. It's the norm. What happened here at this house, though, no one thought was possible.
Garcia says when he asked Oropeza to stop, Oropeza stormed into his house and began shooting, killing 5 people, including Garcia's wife and son. Garcia says after Oropesa shot his wife, another woman told him to escape through the window because she knew his wife would not survive.
Y mi esposa también.
10 people in the house escaped without injuries. According to authorities, 2 women were found lying on top of surviving children, and witnesses describe other children surviving after someone threw a pile of clothes on them. Authorities and scent dogs later tracked Oropesa to a wooded area, finding his clothes and phone, but then they lost track of him.
We have 0 leads.
Investigators are now offering an $80,000 reward for information leading to Oropesa. Meanwhile, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is now facing criticism for identifying the victims as undocumented immigrants in the same statement in which he offered condolences to their loved ones. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Well, a new report says 14 million current jobs will not exist in 5 years. That makes up about 2% of the present job field. This comes following the World Economic Forum's recent finding on the future of jobs. Artificial intelligence within companies will have both a negative and positive effect. While new jobs will be made to manage AI, that same technology could also kick those in administrative and record-keeping roles to the curb. Slowing economic growth and rising inflation is also contributing to the job losses. But the WEF findings say 69 million new jobs will also be created by 2027. Many of those new jobs will be in the renewable energy sector. Seems to be the way things are going. Well, still to come here on the second half of our show, details on the Bruins' season-ending loss to the Panthers, and also a look at some of the best places to retire. Don't go away.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Detail 207, an average guy with the knowledge and skills to fully detail your vehicle. From cars and trucks to big rigs and motorcycles, we detail it all. If it has wheels and it isn't as clean as you'd like it to be, give me a call and we'll set up an appointment today. 659-2995.
Shine on a dime with your average guys at Detail 207.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is Monday, May 1st, 2023. Can you believe May is already here? On this day in history, back in 1840, the world's first adhesive postage stamp was issued in the United Kingdom. In 1931, the Empire State Building opened to the public in New York City. In 1945, the people of Germany were informed that Adolf Hitler had died as Soviet troops raised their flag above the German chancellery. And finally, in 1967, Elvis Presley married his sweetheart Priscilla during a ceremony at the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas. Today's birthdays include country singer and actor Tim McGraw, who is 56 today. Singer Judy Garland is 84. Actor James Badge Dale is 45. And actor Jamie Dornan is 41. He starred in 51 Shades of Grey. I think that's what it's called. Never saw it myself. Anyway, time now to talk about the weather. I was just informed that there's a power line stretched across North Main Street in Brewer, kind of up by the Irving gas station right there. So they're having people kind of go down other streets to get around that mess down there. Just one of many places dealing with down power lines and tree limbs and that sort of thing. Looks like things will eventually be calming down as the day rolls along. For more on that, let's turn things over to Devin. That's what I'm trying to say.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Lots to break down this morning, so let's get right into things now. This is a wind advisory right here that's posted until about 10 a.m. later on this morning because of strong gusty winds and maybe even damaging winds in a few spots that have reached up around 40, 50, even 60 miles per hour at times. We're going to pan the map around a little bit more of a weird angle here because we do also have some storm warnings posted until later this morning during our show. We'll start seeing these expire during that 8 o'clock hour. So things will start to improve at least by that point. And there's that flash flood warning off in the western parts of the state because of all the heavy rainfall they've also been seeing. We also have aerial flood warnings up, urban small stream flood alerts posted though because of all the rain we have been seeing there already this morning. There's actually a watch behind us as well. So this was expected to happen with the heavy rain we have been seeing. Here's the radar right now. We've had plenty of rain moving through this morning, even some thunderstorms that developed at times, though. Those kind of fizzled out as they moved on shore. But we're going to be dealing with this as it continues to track from the south to the north as moderate to heavy rainfall will continue to remain possible this morning, but will start to taper off during the afternoon period as this area of low pressure right here continues to track from the southwest and go to the north and east. So our hourly forecast moving forward, plenty of rain, and will start to back off during the afternoon period. Temperatures in the 50s, the winds will start to back off by the afternoon as well. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Well, it was a heartbreaking loss for Bruins fans as their team fell in Game 7 to the Florida Panthers. Despite setting a season record with 65 wins this season, they ended up crumbling in the playoffs, blowing a 3-1 series lead against the Panthers. It all fell apart in the end. The Panthers managed to tie it up at 3 at the end of regulation play. Carter Verhaeghe ended up scoring the win for Florida by slapping one in during overtime. Florida will now head to Toronto to face the Maple Leafs, and the Bruins will have to wait for another chance next year. Still to come, Tyler Cruz will have all the day's sports news. We'll also hear about a special event coming up to the Brewer waterfront. Don't go away.
This is Rochelle, who gives you a shot. Rebecca is there when you feel not so hot. This is Larissa, who's feeling blown up. And this here is Winnie, who zhuzhed up their cup. This is Victoria, helping women stay healthy. These are your kids, snacking snacks made with veggies. And Maddie can help you find your new favorite color. And Kyle helps find meds for under $10. Whoever you are, wherever, whenever. At CVS, healthier happens together.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say exactly that.
This spring.
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
One show.
Metal.
Can't. We got that! Is making it rain.
You're going home with $10,000 just like that.
25 words or less.
Best game show host.
Meredith Vieira.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
911, what's your emergency?
At any moment, this city could burn.
911, all new this Monday on Fox.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. We start with some history. On Saturday, Husson softball played Umpy in a doubleheader to wrap up NAC play. They swept to finish unbeaten in NAC, but in Game 1, we saw perfection. McKenna Smith, senior ace for the Eagles, the Old Town native, pitched a perfect game, the first ever 7-inning perfect game in program history. 21 up, 21 down, 16 strikeouts. She eclipsed 200 on the season in the game, and it only took 59 pitches to do it. Oh yeah, and she also went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs on the day. Congratulations to McKenna and the Eagles. Okay, now let's go to the NFL Draft. After 7 rounds and nearly 250 picks, no Maine Black Bears were selected at the podium. But as soon as the draft ended, one team was quick to swoop up one former Black Bear star and invite another to show his stuff. Starting with running back and wide receiver Xavier Scott. He is signed with the Colts as an undrafted free agent. He had 434 receiving yards and a touchdown, as well as 371 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns his senior year. Also, former offensive lineman and captain Michael Garacci was invited by the Colts to their rookie minicamp. Garacci made All-CAA second team his last 2 seasons at Maine. Both men will try to become the 25th and 26th Black Bears to play in an NFL game. Congratulations to both of them. Okay, now for some more fun. Speedway 95 in Herman's open day is a week from Saturday, and the drivers took one more step closer towards some real racing this weekend. Saturday was Test and Tune Day at Speedway 95, the first chance for all the drivers you'll see this season to come together to see how their vehicles fare on the track after a winter in the shop. There's also seeing all of the racing friends many have gone the whole off-season without seeing, and that is just as sweet and perhaps even sweeter.
It's definitely like a big family reunion. Definitely seeing a lot of people I haven't seen all winter. It's definitely huge for Speedway 95. It is family, the main family fun track. And you kind of make a family, that like your chosen family, with all the people that you meet and all the people that you do race with.
And this season looks to be a big one for the track, especially with the track and its drivers' new initiative to make Speedway 95 a more fun experience for all. New kinds of events, track upgrades, and more are all a part of the effort.
I want my kids to grow up here. I want our friends' kids to grow up here. And so we wanted to make the track back to family friendly like it used to be. So we've been changing the track. We've been adding to the kids club. So far we've made a lot of progress, and there's still a ton more to do, but that's all you can hope for, is just keep moving forward with it.
Okay, now let's go to the Diamond. Maine baseball split their doubleheader with UMass Lowell on Friday, and they tried to win yet another America East series on Saturday. Let's see how that went. Second inning, Black Bears have scored 3 runs in the inning. Why not make it 4? Nick White, a base hit into left. Jeremiah Jenkins comes sliding in to make it 4-0 Black Bears. Third inning, 5-1 now. Connor Goodman with the bases loaded. That one gets past the third baseman. Reynes scoring easily. Quinn McDaniel charging around. He'll score 2, 7-1 Maine. Then bottom 3, 7-2 Maine. Lowell's Jerry Siracusa from Kinnelon, New Jersey. Might have sent that one there if it wasn't for the scoreboard. Solo shot to left, it's 7-3. And finally, top 9, it's 8-4 Black Bears, and Jeremiah Jenkins will gladly add 3 more. A crushing 3-run shot. That's his 17th of the year. Maine goes on to win this one and the series. 11-5 is the final. Meanwhile, back in Orono, Maine softball opened up their weekend series with Binghamton with a doubleheader on Saturday. The Black Bears lost Game 1 3-1. Here's some highlights from Game 2. Black Bears facing the Bearcats on what was a gorgeous day at Keswick Field. Top first, Binghamton's Brianna Santos at the dish. She hits this one into left center. It just gets over Grace McGoldrick's head. Sarah Rendy scores. It is 1-0. Then, bottom of the inning, Kennedy Priest laying down the bunt. McGoldrick trying to score, but Allie Lamoureux, the toss to Haley Ehlers. She is out at the plate. Nice play there. Top 3 now. It's 1-1. Runners on first and second, no outs. Lindsey Walter pops to Jasmine Gray. Over to Izzy Nieblas to tag Lady Harbaugh. Double play. And then Allie Reith would finish the inning with a backwards K on Rendy. No runs come across there. But then, top 7, Allie Richmond. A base hit into left. Lamoureux comes in to score, and it's 2-1 Bearcats. Binghamton would later add on to their lead, and 4-1 is your final. And finally, some high school softball action. Brewer trying to stay unbeaten Saturday, hosting Lewiston. Bottom 4, Lewiston's Ava Dion gets the strikeout on Jordan Williams, but as they try to catch Maddie Shaw on a rundown, the throw goes into the outfield. Great heads-up base running as Shaw comes in to score. Same inning, Emma Jamison at the plate. She drills one into right center. It goes to the wall. Lexi Stratton will come in to score. Bottom 4 still. It is Taylor Grant's turn. That's a base hit into right. Jamison scoring. Jill Ford following behind to score as well. Brewer bats were on fire in this one. In the top of the 5th, Mauer Raymond for Lewiston would get the doubles on the board. That base hit scores Shelby Valley, but Brewer would be too much. Witches win 12-2. They are 5-0. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,800 with affordable 3.99% financing on a luxurious Highlander. And every Highlander comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Max True Value Hardware in Unity is the best option year-round for all of your home improvement projects. Backed by one of the leading paint manufacturers in the United States, Max will color match or custom mix any color for you. We care about your pets too, carrying all of the essential pet products in our store. During those cold winters, we take the extra step to help with wood pellets ready to load on site. We also fill all size propane cylinders year-round. Max True Value Hardware. We take pride in serving our community. Let us know how we can help you today.
Are you considering buying a new home? A home inspection is a major step in the home buying process. Knowing the current condition of your future home is very important. From simple DIY repairs to major issues that could cost thousands down the road. Not only can TJ inspect your property, but he is also a licensed contractor. Give him a call today at 210-5000 for a free inspection quote.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're joined now by one of our friends from the city of Brewer, who's going to be telling us about a fun event coming up to the Brewer waterfront in about a month from now. Renee Doble, you are the Deputy Director of the Brewer Economic Development Department.
That's right.
Did I get the title right?
You did,
all right.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, first of all, for coming in
thanks
there.
for having me.
Yeah. Anybody who's been paying attention knows that the city of Brewer has put a lot of effort and resources into the Brewer waterfront to make it what it is today. It's so beautiful. If you go out there just about on any day, you'll see people, families, walking along the waterfront, enjoying it, taking in the view of the Penobscot River.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Mason's Brewing down there and things, just a few of the many things that they've been doing down there. And coming up next month, what's going on? You're going to have a festival.
On June 3rd, we'll have our 3rd annual Riverwalk Festival, and we're going to have Center Street's going to be closed in the downtown area to traffic, and we'll have food trucks down there, and businesses will be down there talking about their business and doing giveaways. We're going to have a craft fair on the empty lot beside Tozier's Family Market. We're going to have a touch-a-truck with the fire trucks and police cars. There'll be entertainment all day long for children along the Riverwalk. And we're going to have free parking at the Brewer Auditorium, which we now call the Joe Ferris Community Center. So you can park there. The farmers market will be there as well. And then you can take a free shuttle down to the Center Street area where everything's going to be happening and walk the Riverwalk. And then we'll end the day with fireworks. That will be over the river, so that will be fun and exciting, and we'll have music and dance performances throughout the day.
Nothing like seeing fireworks over the river, too, at the end of a long summer's day. I guess we could say summer at that point. But when I first saw this thing, it was a while ago, and I thought, oh, that's not until June. We'll get to it. But here we are. I mean, if you look at April just blew right by. May's going to do the same thing, so hopefully people will get this on their calendars. How would you describe the feeling in Brewer? There's a lot of excitement and probably a lot of pride that goes along with the improvements.
For sure. There's a lot of pride in our Riverwalk. And we have free Wi-Fi along the entire thing, as well as 24-hour surveillance. So we make sure that we keep it clean and safe for everybody to walk. And yeah, that's what helps make it beautiful.
And I've seen people down there at all hours too. It is a safe location and that kind of thing. I've gone down there with my own kids. They've got a children's garden down there, all kinds of neat things.
Yeah, lots of flowers.
Yeah. What is next? I guess that's the question. I know you've extended the Riverwalk now.
We have.
And they've been doing a lot of landscaping, putting in light posts, that kind of thing. What's next?
Well, so that end of the Riverwalk will be adding some flowers and landscaping, so it'll be beautiful like the rest of the Riverwalk. I mean, we would love to extend it some more, but it's hard with the way the roads are and everything right now. So
kind of only so much you can do there.
Yeah.
There are some places though, like if a potential business wants to come in and maybe set up like a Mason's or something like that.
That would be exciting.
You know.
And we're also looking at improvements to the Indian Trail Park. So we'd like to do something there so that'll be another place people can go and have fun.
What do you plan to do there? That's the first I've heard of that one.
So we'd like to do an amphitheater. We're looking into how we can do that. That's our next plan. Right now we do have a theater company that goes there and does a performance in the summer occasionally. So
like Shakespeare and that kind of thing, Shakespeare in the Park.
Right, so we'd like to have an amphitheater so they can continue to do that and maybe have music there someday. So those are our next plans.
Sounds wonderful. If people want to learn more, do you have a Facebook page they can go to?
We do. The Brewer Riverwalk Festival Facebook page. We'll be updating the schedule and what's happening, and that's a good place to find out what's going on. And then the day of the event, there'll be an information booth at the Next Generation Theater, which is on Center Street.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for coming in. Again, that's going to take place on June 3rd, so mark your calendar. It'll be a great event for yourself, for your family, if you have a family you'd like to bring in the kids. So
yes,
thanks for coming in this morning. Really do appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
And we're going to send it over to Devin for your forecast.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. Plenty of alerts that are posted here. This right here is a wind advisory that will expire later this morning as the winds finally start to back off, as we're dealing with gusty winds ranging from 40 to 60 miles per hour at times, which is causing some problems there. We also have some storm alerts posted along the coast as well. I'm going to try to re-angle the map so we get that to pop up, though. It has at least up at least till about 8 a.m. or so this morning. So during our show, we'll see that getting phased out. And what you saw popped up earlier, this right here is that flash flood warning that is posted at least until around 11 a.m. this morning, at least for the western parts of the state. On top of that, aerial flood watches and aerial flood warnings posted through later this morning as well because of all the heavy rainfall that we've been seeing this morning as well. And we'll show you the wave heights before the radar, though, because look at this. This is why we have storm warnings posted with wave heights getting close to 20 feet. So the ocean, it's angry out there this morning. So definitely be careful if you're close to the ocean this morning. But otherwise, though, here's a look at the radar. Plenty of rain moving in from the south, going toward the north. Look at this. Even some lightning from time to time as well. So even some thunderstorms that have been developing, but thankfully those have fizzled out as they've moved on land. And there's going to be improvements soon. We got to wait a little bit till later this afternoon, but low pressure will be tracking for the southwest, going to the north and east. So once we get this through, some improvement will be seen as we finally get this thing out of here. And we'll start to get some nicer weather for a little bit, though, but we do have chances for rain throughout the week. Futurecast moving forward, improvement in the afternoon, and look at this, even the sun coming out before it sets later this evening. It will become partly cloudy later on tonight. Areas of dense fog possible, so it might be hard to see as you head out the door for work or school tomorrow, so make sure you are ready for that. But then some scattered rain showers possible again as we head towards Tuesday afternoon to the evening time frame, and this will be a daily chance at least through Friday, so it won't be widespread. There'll be plenty of dry hours as well, but watch out for any chances for rain. Let's break all this down. Here's Wednesday right here. Chances for scattered showers are possible. We'll fast forward to Thursday, more of the same. Maybe some snow in the northern parts of the state as well, so we head towards early Thursday morning. Don't be surprised with that, but of course with the rain showers Thursday afternoon. Now last year's Friday as well, more rain showers possible. Then late Friday and the parts of Saturday finally starting to calm down, so there's some light on the horizon, though. We just have to wait a little bit for that to get here. Alrighty, your rain totals, though, on top of what we've already already seen already. Another inch of rain cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. So still a lot of water to go through, at least this morning. So a forecast for today, lower 60s, some morning rain and wind and becoming partly cloudy. Southeast wind at about 35 miles per hour. Partly cloudy areas of dense fog tonight, lows in the lower 40s. That southeast wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly cloudy, a few rain showers possible. Southeast wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Plenty of chances for rain this week. The worst day is actually today, but no high temperatures ranging from the 40s on Thursday to the 60s today.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Here at the Eddington Store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meat? From Hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington Store, for more than your average convenience store.